Yo, what's good, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to another Tyler Perry Sisters Review. If this is your first time coming to my channel, welcome. If you are a returning family member, then you already know what it is and what it always will be. Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. Tell somebody to tell somebody if you so choose to. But if not, just sit back, relax while we get into this messy thing. Now, I already did a video entitled Who Killed Gary? Now, this is Who Killed Gary Part 2 because I did not add everyone that I suspected and that the fandom has suspected into the first video. So this is the second part, Part 2 of Who Killed Gary? And like I said in the first video, the bigger question is Gary indeed dead? Because I don't necessarily believe that he is, but we'll see what the writers do for Season 8. So in this installment, the first person on the list, number one, is Miss Marie. I'm going to call them Miss Marie and them. Okay, Miss Marie and them. Now, there was a scene where Andy revealed to Miss Marie that Gary was forcing her to marry him. And Miss Marie, took on the role of auntie in that moment, even though she ain't never portrayed to be auntie any other time. But okay, Miss Marie, girl, I'm gonna let this slide. But she, portrayed to be auntie, and she told Andy that she would see what she could do. Now, I definitely believe that Miss Marie has the ability to take Gary out, but in no means is she going to do it herself. I am 100% sure that Miss Marie got some hitters, okay? Got some hitters on payroll. She old school. You ain't going to embarrass me. You're not going to reveal my business. I will do it myself in the manner in which I choose to do, just as she told Hayden. Oh, you think you're going to tell everybody I done slept with you? Oh, baby boy, I would tell my own business and do it so lovely. But I would tell you, I ain't the one you want to mess with. And I believed everything that Miss Marie said to Hayden. I believed everything that Miss Marie said to Andy, that she is going to see what she can do. And I want to put that up as a black woman's, part of the black woman's anthem. When we tell somebody, I'm going to see what I can do. Oh, baby, we about to shake something. We about to move something. So it's going to be very interesting to see what and if Miss Marie actually got the ball rolling on taking Gary out of this world. And if she did, what I'm saying, we'll send you a basket, ma'am. But moving right along. Hudson. Now, I must say, I've been really surprised by the number of people who believe Hudson is the culprit. But the more I thought about it, I'm seeing it clearly now. You know what I'm saying? And even though Hudson has been extremely low-key, in the episode where Gary was showing just how gleeful and joyful he was by placing Jordan in what looked like to be a compromising position with women and men while he was in bed, and he had all these pictures taken and these videos or whatever, when the camera panned to Hudson's face, he did not look as if he approved of Gary's shenanigans. I personally believe that Hudson somehow or another has gotten entrapped, with all of the illegalities that Gary is involved with. But I don't believe he necessarily wants to be there. So I would not be surprised, even though he is low on the radar. I'm just going to go ahead and elevate Hudson up to a higher position on the Who Killed Gary list, because I don't put it past him. And even though in the last episode, there wasn't really too many moments where Hudson and Gary were alone with each other, but I'm not putting it past old boy. I believe, and a lot of times it's the people who we least expect it to be. So I'm not, Hudson may indeed be the person who took Gary up out of here. Lord, Tamara, I believe that it will be, and this is just my opinion, I believe it will be incredibly dumb if Tamara is the person who took out Gary. Mainly because the stakes aren't as high for her. And it's like, yeah, I guess she was living her best life as a kept woman with Hayden. But Tamara can easily go and trick off another man. It's just really not that deep for her. At least that's how I see it. And to be perfectly honest, I'm not even going to blame Gary for messing up her little kept life with Hayden. Tamara has been acting guilty ever since the moment she began having sex with Gary. She couldn't even keep her lies straight. When Hayden would ask her, who you on the phone talking to, or why you being so secretive? I'm talking to my aunt. Girl, what aunt? You ain't got no aunt. I really take it that Tamara doesn't have family. or she is someone who has completely separated and disconnected from her family, girl, what aunt you talking about? You ain't never mentioned this aunt. Now all of a sudden you talking to your aunt. That's just like them hood dudes talking about their grandma or bringing up their grandma every time they do something wrong. That's the vibe I got from. That's the vibe that I got from Tamera, and she couldn't keep her lies straight. Her voice would become incredibly shaky as she made up stories about any and everything in that moment. Everything about Tamera screamed cheater, and just like any other amateur cheater, Tamera left evidence in her phone. Of all places, my good girl, why would you do that? Why would you leave the evidence of you boning Gary in your phone that was easily accessible for Hayden to get to? That just made no sense to me, especially you supposed to be the top of the line gold digger. You ain't acting like that, sis, because you never supposed to get caught. I don't understand. And I'm not tooting my own horn because I'm not a cheater. Let me put that out there before anybody say something. I am not a cheater. I do not cheat. I've never cheated in my life. But if I was to cheat, I guarantee I think too much. I'm already 6 steps ahead. You'd never catch me. You would never catch me. But Tamera, even though, does she have motive? I guess if she want to use, Gary messing up her little kept life. But for the most part, she did this to herself. So I really do hope this is not the direction the writers, go into by having her be the one, because to me, it just wouldn't mean as much if she's the person who did it. Like, it wouldn't mean as much if Miss Marie had her people do it. But if it was someone like Penelope, it would mean a lot. If it was someone like Jasmine, it would mean a lot. Like, people who Gary has truly wronged, truly hurt, truly just destroyed their lives, taken life from them, they would be the most poetic justice to watch if they were the ones who did this. Now, lastly, I know that Gary has racked up on enemies throughout the years, and I'm really hoping that the writers don't reach back and allow someone from his distant past to place his murder on. However, knowing these writers, I wouldn't be shocked if they write for the parents whose daughter was killed by Gary in high school to be the guilty parties. Y'all know who we dealing with in that writer's room, okay? Y'all already know. So anything is possible at this moment. We don't know what direction they're going to go into. We don't know how they're going to make all of this make sense. We don't know who they're going to put this murder on, or, attempted murder on. We don't know. All I know is that it could be anybody. It could be one of Gary's kids. Who knows? Okay, that's where I'm coming from, because it's gonna be some type of twist. It's not gonna be the obvious choice. It's gonna be someone who we're really probably not even paying that close attention to. But I just had to come out because a lot of people in the first video was like, "What about Tamera? What about this person?" I'm like, "I got you. I just didn't put it in the first video because honestly, I do not like making long videos. I just don't anymore. I ain't got an Emmy, especially when it comes to sisters. Okay, I just don't have an Emmy to make extremely long videos for the television show anymore. So I wanted to break it down. And I know there are some people who will listen. It doesn't matter how long my videos are. And then there's others where the attention span is really not that long. So I don't like to make videos longer than 10 minutes, at the most 12. And that's just where I am with it. So I hope you guys, enjoyed part 2. I think I got everybody that I wanted to cover. Like I stated in the first video, I don't believe it was Fatima or Zach or anybody like that. I do not believe that. I think it's one of the people that I mentioned. I did mention that I believe it was a woman who did it. But the more I think about Hudson, he's probably, number 1 and number 2 on my list. So, we got to wait a few more months to see exactly what happened and who stuck that knife in Gary's chest. I'm going to be rooting for whoever did it. Okay? Just like Issa said, she rooting for who's ever black. I'm rooting for whoever had the nerve to take Gary up out of here. All right? Peace, love, and blessings. Now, that sounds incredibly interesting to put that after I'm congratulating somebody for taking somebody out. Y'all pray for you, girl. Y'all pray for me, Lord. Keep me near the cross. But no, I want to thank you guys for listening. And just to let you guys know what I'm adding to the channel, I will be reviewing Bel Air. If you guys watch that, I will be giving my overall thoughts about the first 3 episodes that have been released. I'm also going to be talking about All American. Homecoming. I am behind, but that's all right. God is still good, but I'm still gonna put these videos out. So I want to thank you guys for listening. Until next time, I will holler at y'all later, and y'all be safe out there.